It was just about 1 year ago where I graduated college a year early, finished my degree in 3 years, and I was heading into the professional world before anybody else. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I had a couple offers on the table within finance. That's what I graduated in, but I still didn't really know what I want to do with my life. Is this something I'm going to pursue for the rest of my life? I don't know. So I had a few offers on the table, and one of my offers, they wanted me to commit right outside of graduation, but I told them, look, hey, I want to be able to give myself the summer to just travel, kind of figure some things out before I jump full head into the professional world. And I made the decision because I still wasn't fully committed to pursuing that as, you know, my full-time career. I was just unsure if that's what I wanted to do. So I took that time to travel. I visited about 4 or 5 countries over the span of 3 months, and that was one of the best decisions I've ever made, first of all. But I made that decision because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and we have so much ahead of us, and if we commit to something really early, you know, that's our life, especially when it comes to a career or something that's salaried, something that's going to lock you up. So after I came back from my travels, I got in with the firm for finance, and I told myself when I joined that I was going to put my head down, commit to this, give it all of my best, and then see if I'm interested after 6 months. I had no idea what I wanted to do, so therefore I did not have an answer if this was right for me or not. So I tried the thing. I dogged it for 6 months. I put in work, I gave it my good shot, and ultimately 6-7 months passed by, and I still felt this gut feeling that this maybe was not something for me. So I journaled about it, I thought about it, I prayed about it, and I knew the next step I had to take was having a conversation with somebody. So I went to somebody who I really trusted in work, had with him the conversation about how I felt, what I'm currently feeling, what I want to get into, because I had a little more clarity by now. And then I ultimately made the decision to jump straight into this, help you guys with fitness and whatever, and just talk and share my journey and build my dream for the rest of my life. I guess I'm kind of sharing this with you because for a long time I was just sitting in this gray area of my mind where I had no idea what I wanted to do. I didn't know who I was, but I couldn't get to this point until I tried what I liked to do or what I wanted to do, what I was curious about. I didn't get to this point until I followed my intuition and maybe embarrassed myself in a few areas or tried new things, became a beginner at a few things. Between graduating last year and leaving my finance job as a 22-year-old, knowing what I wanted to do was never a clear answer and was never an answer I was going to get just by asking it. I had to do things that pushed me out of my comfort zone. I had to reevaluate myself. I had to sit with myself more. I had to spend more time alone. I had to start embracing and feeling what I'm actually feeling in a given moment. I feel a lot of us lose that as we age. We don't recognize what we're feeling. We're told to just do, and you have this set life, you gotta go do it. But if you're not feeling what you're actually feeling, you will never follow your intuition and the direction that you wanna go. There's a couple great books on this. I read this book called Law of Attraction where it talks about you have to understand the positive feelings you have and the negative feelings you have, because what ultimately makes you feel negative or poor in a way, right? Sad, angry, these stuff, the more you think about it, the more they're gonna come into your life, the more you're gonna attract them. So you have to be wary of these things. Same thing with the positive stuff. The more you think about the positive things, the more you feel positively about something, the more you're gonna bring those positive aspects to your life. It's really important to listen to that positive place that's gonna bring you a better feeling about whatever you're doing. Because at the end of the day, these are the feelings that you need to be riding. These are the feelings that you need to be following. When you do this, you become more curious, you become driven, you become ambitious for what you actually want. And then once you start sacrificing all of these negative things, you can just focus on what you want to do. Every time I was in my finance role, I always came home feeling negatively. I always came to the workplace knowing and bringing discipline as well, but knowing I just had to do what I wanted to do and there was no fulfillment behind it. And that negative feeling I started to listen to more and more and more, and it never went away. And now with what I'm doing now, while I'm chasing the passions and the curiosities that I actually have, I tend to hear all of these positive emotions coming out of it. For example, what I'm doing right now, when I'm speaking to the camera, eventually I'm going to share some of this, and it makes me feel great because I know there's a lot of you out there that actually could benefit from something like this. I mean, shit. I'm 22. I graduated university a year early. I graduated a degree in finance that I'm not using at all right now. Maybe you're in the beginning of college and you don't know what to do, and you're scared that maybe you're gonna pick the wrong major or the wrong career, whatever it may be. I'm sharing these lessons and these stories with you so you don't have to struggle like I did. With that being said, one huge mistake I did coming out of high school and into college was not getting to know myself well enough, was not getting to know what I valued well enough. Why? Because right now I'm 22. It's been a year since I graduated. I don't see myself being in the industry that I studied for. I think it's a very helpful tool. I think the information I learned is very helpful, but the career path is kind of it's not wasted because everything happens for a reason, but in a way it is. I can't earn that time back. So what you can do, and the biggest thing that helped me understand who I was as a person, what I valued, what I cared about, what my interests are, what am I curious about, was journaling. Journal. Professor of mine, now mentor from university, first brought this concept to me of journaling, told us how to journal, and now I journal every single day, and I've understood who I was as a person more than ever. And once you can figure out what your values are, what you're interested in, what you're curious about, only then you can actually start diving into the preferred things that you're interested about, because then you actually know. Otherwise, you're just playing left, right. You don't want to be in that situation because we don't get a lot of time in this life, and you don't want to waste it. Time is our most important asset. So ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself a question per day. What am I interested in? What do I truly value? What makes me upset? What makes me feel amazing? Asking yourself these questions is going to help you figure out who you are as a person and what you value way quicker than anything else. And also start talking with the closest people around you. Start talking with your family. Start talking with your best friends. Yo, what do you see that I'm really good at? Or what moments in the times that we hang out do you see that I'm like actually really having a good time? You know, those kind of conversations, you ask them that and you can get ahead of 98% of people in life.